Hi. Have you recently broken up with somebody who has been abusive to you, who has been unkind, who has possibly been smearing you in terms of lying or exaggerating things about you to your family, to your friends, to your coworkers, and you are furious? You may be carrying rage. You may have fists inside your imagination about what you'd like to do to get revenge. And one of the things that seems to hold you back is an underlying belief that if you do release the person, if you do forgive them and let them go, while you know on some level that it will be a significant step towards freeing yourself and getting on with your own life, there's an underlying belief or fear that by forgiving, you're condoning what they did. The lying, the cheating, the unfaithfulness often, the stealing, the speaking badly about you, the promising you things that you had every right to believe they meant and were capable of following through on, and they weren't. Perhaps the stonewalling, the silent treatments, the gaslighting. Oh my God, the list. When you're dealing with crazy makers, energy vampires, narcissistically geared people, the drama queens, the drama kings, the list seemingly goes on to infinity. I just want to say that after 30 some odd years now of working with couples, with groups, with individuals and families, people often who have been in relationship with or are in relationship and need to get clarity about how to get out of dead-end situations that are totally frustrating and at times even dangerous, not only physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, but also to their children, to their families, to their finances. There doesn't seem to be a limit once you get somebody like this into your life, if you've really taken them into your heart and shared a lot of information with them, to the damage that they can do. So wouldn't you think logically that you'd want to do whatever you have to do once you've managed to get free of them to stay free of them? And forgiveness is usually part of a healing process that you're in. Now, as I've made clear on other videos, I have great respect for the flow of energy that leads up to that moment when you have even the slightest flash of compassion for whatever it is that caused this person to act like a wounded animal at times. Surly, growling, aggressive, scary. In every possible way that word can be used. That moment of compassion, that flash of awareness is actually a window really opening into the golden light of your freedom from that very situation, that person, and everything that happened. I really want to share with you today that it is almost imperative in terms of forgiving yourself for having involved yourself with such a situation and staying as long as you had to or you did. It is almost imperative in your own healing process to remember that the word forgive, if we put an R on the end of it, is forgiver, for the giver. In order to forgive ourselves, in order to have full compassion and understanding and depth of freedom within ourselves to take a new bend in the road and get on a new track, a smoother one, hopefully, a more joyful one with much prettier, better scenery, where the change of seasons doesn't mean a mood swing that could threaten your physical safety. We really have to go within. We really have to find that pearl of wisdom that allows us to forgive the whole situation. So please remember, Golden Nugget 1 for today, it is not your responsibility to police the actions of another person You're not responsible for the energy vampire's behavior. You're not responsible for whomever this predator seeks out as a target next. That is the responsibility of the predator, him or herself, as the case may be, and whoever it is that he or she is targeting. As long as the person is an adult. If there are children involved, it's another whole ball game, and that's another subject for another day. Also, forgiving is not condoning. Next golden nugget. Forgiving does not mean that you're endorsing what they've done or their style of behavior or anything that has happened. Next golden nugget. It is not helpful to you in your healing process to hold on to an idea that it is your job to stop them or to get even with them, because the truth is, any kind of attention that you give them, remember, negative attention to them has the same impact for the most part in many cases as positive attention. The battery charger supply is not dependent on whether it's adulation and affirmation or whether it's condemnation and criticism. Just getting attention, just knowing they've got your goat, is often satisfying to them. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but you're dealing with a situation that often defies logic. And it's hard for people who are logical and are reasonable and who are, in most areas of their lives, pretty centered, to imagine that people can behave this way. It's imaginable only after you've experienced it or you've seen it or you've done it and you're recovering from indulging in it. So that's my message today. Be kind to yourself. Look at the ways that you can reasonably make those baby steps toward your true emotional, mental, spiritual, physical, material and financial, personal and professional freedom so that you can move on and so that you can run with all that you've learned, see all the blessings in your life. Please, I refer you back to my Radical Gratitude series. I encourage you to watch other videos made by other of my colleagues, some of which are absolutely stunningly insightful. I encourage you, if you haven't already, to join this beautiful growing community of souls all over the world now who subscribe to my YouTube channel, Beverly Banoff Brown, MS. And please, if you've enjoyed any part of what I'm sharing, do leave me a commentary, just a sentence or two to let me know you're there and it meant something to you. Or if you have something you disagree with in what I've said and would like to respond, that's fine too. Leave me a like so I'll know you were there, please. And just know that you are in a phenomenally opportune healing process, and no matter how raw or difficult or challenged you may feel right now, life has beautiful and better days coming up for you. I've seen this happen so many times in the people I've worked with. I've seen it in my own life. Things do get better. Life does take care of an awful lot as long as we have the willingness to align ourselves with a bigger picture. Ask yourself, next and last golden nugget for today, what else is possible for my life? How can I see myself with more eyes of love? How can I free more of my time, energy, and effort toward a laser beam focus on my inner child who needs my love, my understanding, my benevolence in order to get past the seeming debacle that I've just been through? All right then, until next time, I am Beverly Banoff Brown, and I wish you great love, I wish you great peace, and I wish you the awareness that forgiveness does not in any way, shape, or form condone abuse. There is no excuse for abuse. You deserve better. I know you can have it. And bye for now.